there's apparently a tier list that's been going around, and people are not happy about it. So for anybody who doesn't know, XQC did a tier list of all of the streamers, and they're very, very unhappy about this. Some people felt like they got a lower ranking than they deserved. Some people thought that they got a higher ranking than they deserved. The fact is that the tier list and stuff like this, the problem is, like, it's very hard to actually rate a streamer and say, like, oh, this is the best streamer, because there are so many different metrics that you have to go by. Now, Hasan got rated lower than XQC, than he thought that he should have been with XQC's list. Now, this isn't really a big surprise. I mean, like, this kind of stuff happens. Not that he got rated lower. It's not surprising that people will not be happy about it. I think that it's very easy to understand this. So, like, for example, let me go ahead and, like, make a parallel to this. I think that it's reasonable for Hasan to not be happy about it, right? Because let's be honest, how many of you guys think that it would be okay to make a tier list of all of the different coworkers in the office? I'll tell you one thing. If it was any place that I was in, they would have brought me into the manager's office, and I would have been fucked up for that. Like, it's a fucking terrible idea, right? That's fair. Yeah, exactly. So it makes sense. Yeah, it's a hostile work environment. Exactly. So Twitch is obviously different. I mean, Twitch is not, Johnson and Miller's accounting firm. So I get it. I know that Twitch is different, but at the same time, the human interactions that it creates are necessarily not that different. So if one of these tier lists did go out and, like, let's say, one of the most popular employees, or, like one of the higher ups, there did a tier list for everybody, you better fucking bet that there'd be some spicy water cooler conversations about that goddamn tier list. I absolutely think that there would be, and it's not that unreasonable to believe that, okay? So now I'm going to say a couple of things about this. And, bro, who cares? I think it's an interesting topic because the reason why it's interesting is because everybody thinks Hasan is totally wrong about this. And yeah, he went overboard. He was really pissed off. He got really mad, and it was probably like, I would say it's over the line. Yeah, for sure. But I think that it's important, and this is something I've said many times, right? It's important to see where people are coming from. Even if you disagree with them and you think that they are wrong, I really try to understand why somebody thinks something. Does that make sense? Is that weird? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Why does Hasan care about XQC's opinion, not a community opinion? Well, here's the thing, right? And this is why, so, like, I never did the female girl streamer, attractive list. I never did this back, like, 2.5 years ago, because I can only imagine if you're a girl and you've had, you've probably had body issues just like literally every single other girl has had that spends any time on the internet nowadays. And you see a popular streamer like me, XQC, Hasan, Soda, Ludwig, Mizkiff, you see any of us, and then everybody in the chat is like, oh, she's ugly, rate her a C or a D. I can guarantee you that you're not going to be able to take that on the chin. That would probably make you feel like fucking garbage. And you know what? That's because it should. It's a shitty fucking thing to have happen. That's why I never did it. Was actively hyping up Destiny, though, caused a bunch of hate to be slung on it for nothing. Destiny, I like Destiny a lot. I like Hasan a lot. I like XQC a lot. I mean, this is a situation where, it's just somebody gets put in a position and they feel uncomfortable, they act out, and that's all there is to it. You know what I mean? I do think that Hasan has done a lot on the platform, right? He's been very successful, and, he popularized, just basically doing talk show radio on Twitch. I think that does deserve, at least an A or an S tier slot. But again, it's like, there are a lot of people that don't like watching politics content. So if you don't like watching politics content and like social commentary content, you probably don't like watching Hasan, right? That's what makes sense. I mean, right? I mean, like, yeah, I don't know. That makes sense. So it's like if you're a gaming streamer and you're into that and you rate things off of a gaming streamer paradigm, Hasan's not going to be that far up there. I remember I felt bad for Hasan. I remember the fucking Ukraine thing happened the same day Elden Ring came out. He had been excited for that game for 3 years, just like me. But he's got to cover that because it's his main content, you know? And chat hates Hassan. A lot of people hate Hassan, and Hassan did make an ass out of himself, right? But at the same time, he, I can see why somebody would feel the way he did, right? And is that unreasonable? Is that unreasonable to say? I don't think so. Book commentary is very stale, though. Yeah, I mean, well, it's up to you whether you like it or not, but what I'm saying is, like, just by the nature of doing it, I think that's important, right? Yeah, I think that's reasonable. We'll look at a few of these clips, and then I want to move on and look at some of the stuff on my Reddit, okay? Whole thing's like high school. I don't get why people make such tier lists. It's really stupid. I don't know why everybody compares, oh, it's like, oh, this is just like high school. It's like high school. People never get out of high school. Everybody acts like it's in high school because most people are pretty much like... most people, the way they acted in high school is the way they're going to act for the rest of their life. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, it was that way for me whenever I worked at the government. My dad has said the same fucking thing whenever he worked at he was like an executive at a publishing company before he retired. And a lot of people are like this. A lot of people get their ego caught up in things, and that's all it is. I think also, like literally a Bowling for Soup song. Yes, never left high school, exactly, yeah, I was thinking about that. If XQC put you in B category, would you care? Well, I mean, I think it would always feel bad, right? I mean, would I be very upset about this? No, I wouldn't be very upset about this, but, you know, I would be like, oh man, fuck, you know, I wish you would have rated me higher. So it's not like I would be upset or, like, cry about it or something like that, but I would, yeah, it would, of course, right? Of course I'd want to be rated highly. It's not unreasonable. Right? I mean, like, yeah, it's not unreasonable. Sure, of course, everybody want to be rated highly, right? I respect XQC. I think he's great. He's been a friend of mine for years. Same with Hassan. I like Hassan too, right? So, like, yeah, of course I'd want them to rate me high. It's not weird, right? I mean, listen, I grew up in the age of a top 8 on MySpace. Of course, this kind of stuff would affect me. I've been conditioned for this for 16 years. Okay, B isn't a bad rate. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, all I'm doing is I'm trying to, like, add a little bit more perspective to it than what I'd say. SQC is saying good things about Hassan. He just said this content's not for him. Exactly. And it's hard to know where that actually falls in. And I'll look at a few clips here, and then I'll move on. All right, guys? Give me 1 second. There's always been spicy stuff. Yeah, of course, everything's always spicy. Concerned XQC, allowed to play hide and seek. I don't think it's going to be a big deal. Like, all of this is all internet drama, and at the end of the day, it's just a show. It's just a show, and my best advice to anybody who's making content online is to treat yourself like your content. Everything that happens to you is content. You are content. Don't try to make sure that the viewers see the real you. Don't try to make sure that they see your real perspective. And you don't look to a bunch of random, random names on a screen to validate your existence. Do what you want to do. Feel good about that. Let the success of that or the lack of success of that motivate you to continue doing more of it, right? That's my best advice. That's what I've come back and I've dealt with a lot. And it's really fucking hard to do that, man. Like, I'm not going to make it out like, oh, that's easy to do that. It's really fucking hard to do that. But I think that's the right perspective. Yeah, chat going parasocial. What I'm saying is that streamers can be parasocial. Streamers can think that, oh, the chat likes them for them. And then whenever the streamer does something that the chat doesn't like and people leave or they push back on it, the streamer has a lot of dissonance whenever that happens. And it makes them feel bad. So it's not just one way. Let's see here. Your viewers are harassing anyone using Hassan minutes. I like Hassan a lot, guys. Don't fucking do that. Don't be weird, okay? We can just have why can't we just have a conversation and not be weird? Yeah, it's not a big deal.
Maybe not soda popping, but like XQC to like all these other people, Ludwig as well, who are pretty fucking sizable content creators on this platform, are themselves going to be very sad about not being ranked higher in other people's streams. Unlike the rest of these people, and I legitimately am telling you this, do not give a fuck, because this is one area where I am fully secure. I am.
You should just make a Bed Wars tournament.
Who came on to
Sorry, it's quiet.
2 years ago.
It's as loud as it gets.
What the fuck Twitch was?
Yeah.
I did not ever participate in Twitch as a watcher. I still rarely ever participate on Twitch as a watcher. and now I have 12,000 people in here. Why in the fuck would I ever be upset? I am insanely fortunate. Okay, this is beyond.
What's me and the Jews are doing next
beyond my own
Yep.
goals and comprehension.
Jesus Christ.
To be able to have got.
Who's reacting to who? Well, obviously, I'm reacting to XQC, reacting to Hassan, reacting to Ludwig, or sorry, no, reacting to Will Neff, reacting to Ludwig, reacting to the streamer tier list. So that's obviously what's happening here. In case you were, in case people, you know, they got too far behind. And this is what happens with a lot of people. And I think this happens like with, it's happened with me too. I'm not special with this. I think that once you become successful, once you become more successful, because Hassan, you know, he grinded a lot. Even if you don't like Hassan, you can admit that he streams a lot. Right? Like, he streams a lot, and it seems like he really wants to get his content out there, and he actually tries to focus on things. He did grind. Like, and it's important, does he? Absolutely he does. It's a tough job, then go do it. And so anyway, yes, I think that's very true. And what happens is that once you get more popular, this is what happens with a lot of people, is that you go from being the person that people want to see succeed to being the person that people think succeeded too much. Do you see kind of what I'm saying here? Is that people are going to look and try to, like, you know, they're going to try and, you know, rationalize why you're successful. They're going to try to, like, you know, undercut why you're successful. But whenever you're still in your come-up phase, you don't have that ego yet, because you're not afraid to lose something that people constantly try to remind you that you don't deserve. So it makes sense for things to change that way. It does. And it sucks. I think it happens to a lot of people. And again, I want to make sure that this is like all not, none of this is like justifying anything that anybody says. All I'm saying, it's not justifying, it's understanding. Does that make sense? Streaming is easy. Stress of becoming popular are low. Listen, the chances are a lot higher if you're good at streaming. How about that? Yeah, I mean, I don't want to, I don't want to get into, is streaming hard or easy to do? My best advice, if anybody thinks streaming is easy, go do it. Just go do it. And that's it. And so, it's an old effing video. Is LSF out of content? Well, it's absolutely relevant. I mean, it's 100% relevant. And so that's all there is to it. So all I'm really trying to get at here is that, this kind of stuff happens, and it's like, oh, this is, we'll watch this one and maybe like one more, and then I want to look at some more of the stuff on Reddit and then just talk about it. Watch the T1 clip. Okay.
Has he commented on XQC tier list?
Bro, what? Bro, some people are so ill. Dude, I hate you juicers so much, bro. No, I haven't commented on it. I don't know what you're talking about. Nobody cares, man. Shut up.
It's always, I love fucking posts like this, because it's like, snap back to reality. This doesn't matter. Like, none of this fucking matters. Like, it's just bullshit. You know what I mean? It's just all bullshit. And so, yeah, that's why T1's S tier. Yeah, exactly. It's funny, man. And let's see here. Let's watch this one.
Bruh. He was lower last year.
Parasocial relationships on the stream.
My brother, he was lower last year.
Fellow streamer for friend.
2 years ago.
Uh-huh.
My monthly XQCL. You got a big
Oh,
interview soon
but
for a
Destiny
full-time
was
role
under
and
him
people
then.
wish me luck.
Oh, I see. Yeah. So it basically, because effectively Destiny was higher than he was, he got mad about it. Well, I don't know. I mean, it's just drama. Content fell out to space. Yeah, exactly. And have you seen the 1 minute video responding to? Yeah, I will watch the video. Give me a bit, okay? I'll get to that drama, okay? We've got plenty of other drama. How can man's ego be so fragile? I mean, I don't think it's really an issue. I don't think that's really what's going on. Like, I don't. I think that, yeah, people get fragile egos. Like, it's always easy to talk about how fragile somebody else's ego is whenever it's not something that you've put 12 hours a day into for the last 4 years being judged in a way that you think is unfair. It's always easy to say that. It's like, oh, well, you know, it's whatever. Yeah, some people get bothered about stuff. Like, that's okay. Yeah, it's still ego. Yeah, of course.
I think that Destiny showing up to IRL events and whatnot, and doing some weird interviews on stream, and doing weird fucking relationship drama on stream with fucking Google Docs, I think that's top tier content. I think that's really hard to beat. I'm not kidding. I think that's literally that's visionary content, whether you like it or not. It's why I put him so high. I think that is a visionary level tier content.
I'm not even on the list. Bro, Ludwig didn't even have me on the list. I'm not even there. What the fuck? I'm S+? Is that at the end of the video? Oh, okay, alright, yeah, that must be why. Yeah, for sure. It's behind the camera. You're in S tier? I don't know, man. Like, it's weird to think, because, like, a lot of people on Twitch, they haven't really, like... Most people, I feel like there's a lot of turnover with people that, like, stream a lot and, like, are consistent with shit. I think there's a lot of turnover. And I guess it's not as much, but I feel like whenever I first started streaming and, you know, my stream started getting popular, it's like it was an entirely different group of people that were popular, right? That's what it was. New drama just dropped. You're below on the list. You're unlistable. Yeah. I'm down there. I'm like below the letters. I'm into the numbers. You know what I mean? And that's it. Look at the train clip. All right. All right. One more.
Get them as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, train. Why are you mouthing about this? Motherfucker.
Hansen has the most fragile.
You put the same GIF on the upper left of your fucking screen while you're slouching your fucking chair with your cock out,
like this,
literally, for like a whole 20 hours back to back. You expect to be fucking S+?
Bro, that's so wrong. Like, XQC is completely out of line in saying this. To defame Train by saying he'd only stream for 20 hours straight? That's fucking outrageous. Try 40. Yeah, right. Oh my fucking god, man.
At least get a new GIF.
Yeah, sure. 20 hours without cam. Okay, all right. Maybe that's it. Okay. So yeah, either way, I wanted to make some comment on this because I think that whenever somebody gets like, I always feel bad whenever somebody gets like super roasted. And like they get super roasted and then they you know, they get upset about it. And like I try to bring out 20 hours with cam, 20 without. Okay, yeah, that all right, that is true. Yeah, sure. So yeah. Anyway, did Hassan comment about this? Yeah, sure, a little bit. And overall, I just think that it's important to see where other people are coming from and try to look at other people's perspective on things and try to see why people feel a certain way, and then you can work backwards from that. Does that make sense? Yeah, it shouldn't feel bad to send other people. Well, the thing is, like, I don't really care. Like, it's not about other people. Like, I just care about looking at it and caring about it. It's just ego. Well, it's like, of course somebody's going to have an ego about something. Is having an ego about something that you do, that you take pride in, that you spend all day on, is this something that's bad? Is it bad to have an ego about something like that? I would say, to an extent, no. To a larger extent, yes. So, like, exactly, yes, it is. Ego is bad, yes. If you say to a degree, right? I think that to the degree that it makes you upset about stuff, all I'm fucking saying is this. Is I think if 99% of the people that are fucking complaining about Hassan saying this shit had themselves rated by a fucking coworker at their office, they'd be talking to HR. And they'd be pissed off about it. I'm not saying Hassan went over the line. It was a bit out of pocket, right? But it's understandable to feel that way. And I think a lot of people would be pissed off about it too. Maybe not 99, maybe just 90%, but I think a lot of people would. Okay, that's it. Yeah, be humble, exactly. Everyone talking is an ego. Yeah, exactly. Ego's bad, we need to all be the same way. I don't think tier list was the reason he's mad. I don't know about that. You have no expertise in psychology? Well, you don't have to. You don't have to understand this. I think any reasonable person can understand this. It's rated by one person. Why does he care? Because it's in front of 100,000 people that are going to watch this on YouTube, on the stream live, talk about it, talk about how he's a lower tier person. That's why. Of course he's going to fucking think that. Of course he's going to believe that, man. And kids talk shit on Hassan, but they get called shitty on their main game, they get called mad. Yeah, exactly. And I have no green philosophy. Why do you open your mouth? Bro, you're just mad that I didn't take up your political opinion. I don't want to fucking hear about it. Yeah, you really gonna try and do that to me? You really think? Well, I feel much more confident to talk about that. Yeah, and that's where it is. Yeah, you're just mad about that. See, the thing is, you're not gonna bait me with this kind of stuff. Like, I am the master baiter. I'm not gonna get like, oh man, like you're gonna catch me in this one, I'm gonna get mad at you. No, you're just fucking annoying. That's it. So listen, all I'm really trying to say, band of bane morons, yeah, I don't want to deal with it. Anyway, so this is the way that I see a lot of this stuff, right? Is that anytime somebody gets called out like this, people just go absolutely ape shit on them. I feel bad, but you know, whenever something bothers me or I don't like something, I usually try to keep it to myself as much as I can. And I think it's a fair take, but some of the language you use diminishes people that do. People that do. So, yeah, I think that there's a lot of people. This is one thing that happens, is there are a lot of people out there that think that, like, oh, well, if I was in X situation, I would do Y thing. It's like you always see videos where it's like some guy, you know, doesn't do something on like it's like somebody's getting harassed on a bus, and then there's like all these comments of these guys beating their chest, talking about, oh man, I beat their fucking ass, you know, I do something about this, man. Men are weak nowadays. And it's like, the truth is, no, you'd just be maybe calling the police, and you'd just be sitting over there trying not to make eye contact with that person. Because I'll tell you something, trying to fucking shut down and settle down a crazy person on a bus, bro, that's putting a Val orb on your life. They could pull out a knife, they could do nothing, they could bite you, they could, I don't know. I have no idea what could have happened. Yeah, you're the police, exactly, no life experience. Yeah, people don't fucking understand that. It's very easy to talk. It's always very easy to talk whenever they're in a situation, right? And no one said anything about it. Sam made a big deal about it. Of course he made a big deal about it, because he felt like he got fucked. He got the short end of the stick. Of course he made a big deal out of it. And also, he didn't really make a big deal out of it. It's important to keep in mind. This was him venting on like a Discord that probably was not public. If it was public, then, you know, like, shouldn't have said it, right? Definitely. But it could have been like a private conversation, effectively. I think it's okay to do that. That's totally fine. He did it on Twitter too. Oh, that's, you know, you're right. No, that's a good point. No, you guys are right about that. He did do it on Twitter. I saw the tweet. Yeah, absolutely. And my sister confronted someone calling her insults, and they ended up biting her eyelobe off. Yeah, so I try to avoid people that are crazy. That's what it comes down to. And a friend worked as a doctor in a psych ward. He was much more careful with random people after that. Things go crazy real fast. Yeah, I fucking bet, man. Well, anyway, we've talked about this for a long time. Either way, I just, you know, I wanted to add in my context to it, because I have absolutely nothing to do with this. And the fact is that anytime something happens, I just feel like I want to give my opinion on it, because I can. I've got the microphone, it's my stream, and people tune in to hear what I have to say. So yeah, I have really no stake in this. This doesn't really affect me at all. And that's about it. I just wanted to talk about it. And watch T-Run reaction. Yeah, I like talking about stuff like this. I find it interesting. And that's it.